comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Did you know that I only have 187 friends? Did you know I know all of them? Yeah, I know those people. The people are my friends are actually my friends. Yeah. I like when people are like, because they're not friends, they're followers. So don't, yeah. This world's so stupid. All right. Staying in the trudging together family on this one. I went out and did a little bit of talking. I don't really do much around. Here's the thing. If you're fucking around with recovery, I'm gonna say something. I don't care what I don't care what the addiction is, right? And since Colorado has fell from 48th to 50th, I called all the people that do that stuff and I yelled at them. I gave them a piece of my mind, and I gave them till Monday. Otherwise, I'm just gonna put the phone number out there. Everybody can call them. It's their personal number too. Well, not their personal number. It is their cell phone number for work. In fact, if you call the Colorado prescription for, right, and you call their main number, it goes, we're sorry, nobody is available. Beep. Nothing. You don't even know who you're calling. You don't even know if you should leave a message. Why are they hiding that shit? So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing today. Now we'll get to good stuff. Nobody was here yet, so I can bitch. Poor rewatchers got to hear all my complaining. Poor rewatchers. Yeah. I don't know who gave me this cup, but I know that they got it for me because it's a skull playing drums. Dion would very much love that. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Are there more than 12 promises? Because that's what they say. Not everything has to be based around 12. So, but what a bunch of people did, they're like, yeah, the 12 promises. No, okay, I actually found a couple pages that said like there were 147. I saw one that was 150. And no way I can cover all of those, but people doing this work into it because there's a lot more promises in the big book than the 9-step promises. A lot more. There's more. So I did a little digging, see if I could find something that, fit what we do here, right? So, should we get started? Let's get started. All right. Let's do it. That's right, it's on my phone. All right, where is it? Here we go. The 12 promises, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the 12 because the other ones, okay, well, you can listen because there's contention here. Not necessarily contention, but here's one. The 147 promises of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. But that's by wejoy.org, right? But anything that's AA, well, friends of BillW.net, a list of approximately 150 promises. Let's go check this out. Let's just check it out. Oh, man, you put this in a font that's hard to read. Oh, the promises associated with completing 12 steps. This is kind of neat, but very, very a lot. Like this, the promises associated with Bill's story. This is kind of neat, though. I was soon to be catapulted into what I like to call the fourth dimension of existence. I was to know happiness, peace, and usefulness in a way of life that is incredibly more wonderful as time passes. That's a promise. 2, God has done for him what he could not do for himself. So it goes on to list it, but I feel like these are repeating. So just going to go back. I'm just going to go back to the AI overview and use it. Because what's the number one thing that we need to do? We need to keep it simple. Yeah, there's more promises, but 150? I don't know. Yeah. I was saying just the same exact thing. Yeah. It's neat. I'm glad they went out of their way to do that, but it was a hard read, wasn't it? So we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna go with the 12. This was an AI overview that goes out and grabs all the information and bring it back. So freedom and happiness. Alcoholics will experience a new sense of freedom and happiness. Right. Isn't it weird that we get to our 30s, 40s, 50s, and we're going to experience a new sense? It's a new sense. What are senses? Feel, touch. Well, feel and touch are the same thing. Smell. Right? Those are our senses. This is a new sense. We call it a sixth sense. Not the movie. Not the movie. Good movie, though. Unfortunately, you can only watch it once. Unless you want to look for all the red stuff. You can go back and look for all the red stuff. Why is it new? Because we haven't experienced it before. I never knew freedom until I came to AA. I was never free. Alcohol would not allow that. It had to be dominated. I'm going to tell you what happened to KISS, and this is purely opinion, because people want to be like, keep it simple, stupid. No, that's offensive. So they're like, keep it simple, sweetheart. Yeah, or an inspirational sense. Yep. Because I hadn't experienced these before. I'd never actually been truly happy. Well, fuck. Now, I'm not saying I didn't have belly laughs. I'm not saying I didn't have good times, but I was never genuinely happy. Which meant that I can sit here with all this bullshit and be serene. That's what it means to me now. Before, I used to be, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. And then I listened to Jordan Peterson and he said, Dion, happiness isn't the goal. Balance is the goal. Happiness comes with balance. That made a lot more sense to me. I love Jordan Peterson. I'd love to shake that man's hand. No regrets. We can't have any. An alcoholic with a regret. I was just talking to somebody this morning, and sometimes we get so lonely in this program, we will create a regret so that we can go back to the people that abused us. That's how lonely this disease is. Okay. There are some places within the recovery community that is considered what I would call a sordid place. All right. Alcoholics will not regret the past and will not want to shut it out. Yeah. Why? Because my experience is now gold. That right there, that no regret, allowed me to get this detox, to get this halfway house, to get all these things done. That's why. Because I use my experience from the past, and I can now because I have settled my debt. I settled my debt. So now I don't have any regrets. I joke that if I ever ran for office, and I'm still seriously considering it, that it would be very different. It would be hard for the other person to do a smear campaign, because I'm the kind of person that will stand up and say, hi, I want to be your new mayor. I'm a drunk. I've made a lot of mistakes in this life. Let me name them off to you. Now I'm going to tell you what I did about it. And that's what I want to do for you. Look at that shit. What are you going to do? Smear me? Go ahead. Go ahead. Be like, yay, they're talking about me. They spent money on me. That's so cool. Peace. Ooh, peace. And what when we say for us, for me, peace means just finally shut the fuck up. It finally shut the fuck up. Now I still get intrusive thoughts. I get these things, but not like that. Not like I used to. No. Dominate, just beating until I'm on the floor fucking crying for my life. No peace. I had no peace. My PTSD would not allow that. And I had to work through it. Now I do know peace. Do I know it a lot? Getting better. Look at this. 3 of my favorite friends here. We got Daryl, we got Angel, we got Chris. Hi, Angel. Hi, Chris. Good to see you both. Good to see you both. Yeah, we know a peace. We know a peace. Here's one of the gifts. Now, these are promises, but then there's these gifts. You're going to know a peace that most people in this world will never even have a chance at because nothing was arduous enough in their life for them to find God. But God chose you to do something. He chose you. That's the way I feel about it. Helping others. Oh, hi, Amber. I kind of, you know what? There was somebody on Facebook, but I didn't want to presume it was you. Or on YouTube, I mean. Actually, we got 2 people on YouTube. Oh, Angel changed. I don't blame you. She moved. Okay. That's good because there's a lot of roses up there right now. Okay. Helping other alcoholics will see how their experience can benefit others. There's that no regret again. There's that no regret again. And we decided because at the beginning of this, there's a lot of different things. There's like 12, there was one that said 147, 150. And we agreed here that we're just going to keep it simple and stick to these 12 because really, aren't we? That's not really keeping it simple anymore, is it? That's right. I'm going to start. Now that you said that, Daryl, I'm going to start using KISS all over the place. At some point, I'll get my bumper stick business started. I've got all these ideas now that we can use for the Hayworth house. Like when you brought up when Daryl was here earlier, he brought up a God bag. We can make those and keep these homeless busy while making money and doing something. We can also make God boxes, God squares, God whatever, right? But the whole point of the God box is taking what's going on, writing it down and giving and taking that action and putting it in there. It does something. I'm really glad that Daryl brought that up earlier. It's been on my mind a lot since he brought it up because it makes sense. And it was something I did the first time, but didn't do this time. And it made it harder for me. So no more self-pity. Oh, I don't know about no more. Okay. There's not any point when I have no more self-pity. It happens, man. Most of my life I've had low self-esteem. So this will happen. It does not. Okay. Alcoholics will no longer feel useless or self-pitying. That's not true. Right? But it does fade. It does fade. Okay. But there are times when I'll slip into that. Yeah. Not for very long, though. Not for very long. And I think that's the point they're trying to get to. I think it'd be better to say that we don't stay in self-pity as long. Because for us, that's progress. Saying no more self-pity is a finalization. And we know that ain't going to happen. We know that better than that, right? Interest in others. I just watched about 4 guys surround this young kid in a meeting and just talked him up. They just talked him up. He's having a hard time. He's a little bit over 30 days. He's got a lot on his plate. He's got a girl. He's got school. He's a young kid. And he's trying, man. So we all sat around after and we discussed what do we need to do to help him out. Okay. Now, when we're going through these things, it's really hard for when I am growing and I'm making progress, I am the last person to notice it unless you tell me. Otherwise, I'm not going to notice it till down the road. So when we're in these meetings, there was another lady. She was at 8 months. She said, "This is what's going on," and people after the meeting said, "That's exactly where I was at 8 months." What did that mean to her? It meant she's on track, right? And I brought that up, and everybody's like, "Yay! See, you're doing it." So, interest in others, encouragement. We need encouragement. Okay. There was also another person who was having a hard time. They just said their name. So he's like, "And you're an alcoholic. You bully in the meeting. I will say something. I will say something." Okay. Only one person can deem that they are an alcoholic, and that is that person. Okay. If they want to say, "Hi, I'm Dion and I'm here," then great. It is an open meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. The only requirement, you don't need God. You got God, Chris. You got it. So you know what? I'm gonna take back. I don't hold on, because Dion's getting advicey. No, 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 no. Can't do that. I can't be advicey, Dion. So I apologize. I went a little too far. Yeah, I apologize. See, interest in other alcoholics will lose interest in selfish things and become interested in others, which is selfish. My selfishness is now for you. I am so selfish. This is how selfish I am. Okay. Now, okay. But I always go around like, fuck sober living. So, we need to shut the sober living down. Da, 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 right. Yeah. You guys know I do. Let's not admit, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. Right. Because I did. I do. But I'm not talking about the people in the sober livings. I still help them. I do everything that I can to help them. The owners of the sober livings do not know. It is one of the many things that I do. And I bring that one up. I have one to prove a point. I'm not going to sit here and this is what I do, because otherwise I'm just going to be talking about what I do. And that's not going to help anybody. That's just bragging. You know what I would rather have? I'd rather start something and then a bunch of my friends join and we all take credit. That's what or God, I don't care. I just want to be around my fucking friends, man. That's all I'm doing. All right. And then here we go. No more. God, this thing is very. No more self-seeking. Yeah, that it says alcoholics will no longer be self-seeking. This is why you get totally trust AI. Okay, again, not true. True, not true. Right? Okay. I am self-seeking. I am still self-seeking. That is why I must question my intentions at all times. That's why I gotta question my intention. Everything that I do. Am I being selfish? Am I just trying to make my life easier by utilizing someone else? Can't do that. Gotta pick. See, when I talk about crossroads, that's what I'm talking about. Pick that harder road. Pick the harder road. That's where character building is at. It's where humility is at. That is where the promises lie. They're not on this pretty neon road. No, they're not. Oh, there you go. Great question, Chris. Great question. And I'm going to give a selfish answer. Everyone needs them. Everyone needs a higher power. Everyone. Yeah. Great question, Chris. Before I move on, I'm going to do a little bragging. I'm going to tell you why. All right. Our friend Chris is a little isolated. He isn't able to get to meetings and do what it is that he wants to do. But I need to point out that he gave his time. And Chris, I get it. And I want you to know that I've been looking at things, and Chris, you got hundreds of people that fucking love you, dude. Everybody knows who you are. And you're just another guy in Lakewood doing his thing. Chris. Okay. So I want you to know there's a lot of people that love you, and they're even here. You bet. All right. I just wanted to bring that up, right? It's encouragement because I love Chris, and he's done a lot for our community. In fact, I'm going to do this. Let me write it down. Let me write it down. So the Hayworth house will be for men, but the Hill house will be women's. I'm going to do this for you, Chris. I'm going to name because once we're done with men, we're going to women. That'll be after I do the first men's house, we're going to go to women. And from there, I will name those the Hill houses. Because I love you, dude. I love you that fucking much. So know that your name will live on. We know you're lonely. We know, Chris. We know. We've even called staff to see what we can do to help you out more, man. We are. There you go. Yeah. All right. New outlook. Alcoholics will have a new attitude and outlook on life. It's pretty much what I've been describing. I'm sorry, but if I don't write this all the way down, I'm afraid I'll forget it. So I've got to write it down. Yeah, we have a new outlook. Yeah. You know, oh, he has 41 years tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, we miss you at the meetings too, Chris. So it works both ways. And I don't know why God's doing what God is doing. I don't know. But I wish I had a magic wand for you, dude. I really do. You just keep making those phone calls and doing what you do. We all understand. Trust me, there's a lot of love and tolerance in what we do. Maybe what we need to do, you know what? Okay, I've got somebody help me with this, but we need to get Chris to the Saturday 5 p.m. meeting. You know, if we can at least get one meeting in a week where his friends are, I think staff would be willing to do that. So let's try that. Okay. Maybe we can just get something that's just what it does. It's just to go to that meeting, get like just something that, like a piece of shit phone. So, yeah. So alcoholics will have a new attitude and outlook on life. And I'm not going to go any more into that because you know it. And when that's pretty much what we've been talking about. No more fear. Here we go with the no more. Alcoholics will no longer fear people or economic insecurity. That's not true. But yes, it is true. Okay. People look at it's funny. We look at this. Yes, but he needs help, Daryl. That's why we need one thing for it. Yeah. But I see where you're going with that, and that's exactly what I'm trying to get to. If we had like a pad, does somebody have like an old pad they don't need anymore? I can put Zoom on there, and all he has to do is just hit enter a room, and then we're solved, and we can have them at our meetings. Yeah. We know you're old, Chris. We know. And we still love you. So alcoholics will no longer fear people or economic insecurity. I really wish they wouldn't have put that together because they're two different things. People and economic insecurity. So when we're given something like that, your brain thought this was multiple choice. Oh, I know your brain now but your thought process says when I look at this that I'm either going to no longer fear people or economic insecurity. See, it's a multiple choice in my head. One of the reason that they put them together is because one of these two things is your sticking point. What happens to a new alcoholic that doesn't have any guidance? What do they go after? Okay, maybe we can do a little bit of fundraising then and do something. Thank you, Amber. Thank you very much. Um, so what do newcomers usually go at? They're going to go for money or sex because they think that's what's going to fill the hole in their stomach. So it's not by coincidence that alcoholics will no longer fear people or economic insecurity. Okay, so if you've got an iPad, then I need to go over there and you need to be, I'm going to put in there the one meeting. And then I need to know who is working on Saturdays at 5 that takes care of you. And I will talk to that person. Okay. But I think we're messing with the staff. So if we say, okay, he goes to a meeting at 5 o'clock on Saturday. That's all we have to worry about. Then it'll get better, Chris. I know it will. And I'm willing to come down there and do that. I will do that before Saturday. Okay. Because I've already talked to staff as much as I can. And I also want to thank everybody else here for being patient. Okay. Chris worked with homeless VA alcoholics, and he deserves every amount of attention, every minute. Every minute. He's earned it. So, okay. That man was there when my son was born. He has watched my child. Okay. And there's nobody else that's ever done that shit for me that's still in my life. Okay. I can't count on you anymore, Chris. But I love the fuck out of you. So I hope you can feel it. All right. So, intuition. We just talked about this. Sixth sense, intuition. Trust your freaking gut. I do not listen to my head. I do not listen to alcoholics will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle them. It's so true. It's intuition. Okay. And because of the life that you have led, and because you have settled with the past and brought a higher power into your life, you can see a problem and you have the answer. There we go. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'll take care of that over there. I'm going to probably need a list of things that I need to do while I'm there and take care of it. So we do, Chris. No, we got other things going on for you, man. Just be a little patient. So, Daryl, maybe we should shift our focus and just get that done. You know what I'm talking about. So, all right. Well, intuitively know how to handle. Yeah, I love the last promise. It's just God's help. Oh shit! What? God's help is an AA promise. Alcoholics will realize that God is doing for them what they could not do for themselves, which is what they should have put first. Because it's the first thing that happens. Yeah. When you get relieved of the obsession for alcohol, then you get the new freedom and happiness. The other thing that happened, and there was, and I know I say this a lot, but it's necessary and true. You got a good night's sleep. You got a good night's sleep. Okay. Maybe we can meet at my house and then go. But I ain't riding bitch on your bike, I can tell you that. I had to crack a joke at some point. I had to crack a joke. My mind said Friday. So, because I need to get it done before Saturday. Or we can work on the other thing too. Because I saw a very long list of people that would very much. And I'll go down to PPC. Okay. The promises are a way to explain what people can expect to experience on their recovery journey. Now, is that all the promises? You know, for everything that happens, I think you probably lump them into there somewhere. Yeah. Oh, is that what you call it, Amber? I just, it's so funny because, we all get along and everything. And, almost every single like Gen X, Gen Z, Boomer, they're all represented here. And we all say passenger princess, see? For us, it's writing bitch. I'm like, I'd rather be writing bitch than be a pasture princess because I'm Gen X. Gee, how does this always get sexual? Are there more promises? There are. There's okay. I'm still keeping it simple though, but it's done on page 164. There's another promise. So I'm going to read 164 and I will close up. Right. Still, you may say, but I will not have the benefit of contact with you who write this book. Yeah, you will. Yes, you will. See, when your sponsor is 30 years sober, their sponsor was 40 years. So guess what? You're already in contact with them. See, my book is filled with all this crap. See all this? Even the front page. And almost everybody else's looks like that. So, yes, I do have contact with them. Maybe not physically, but I do have contact with them. We cannot be sure. God will determine that. And He did. He determined it for us. See, they just called it. They called it. They had no idea what they were saying. God will determine that. So you must remember your real reliance is always upon Him, them, her, whoever it is. They will show you. And I'm going to start trying to do that. I know, but it helps people. And I want, we're not all inclusive, but I would like people to feel included. And if it means that I need to say a little something to help you out with that, cool. But it's only happened a couple times. All right. They will show you show you how to create the fellowship you crave. Our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we know only a little. And here comes the last promise. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. That's it. That's the promise. And it's true. Now, it doesn't say God's going to give you a bunch of newfangled ways. It's not what that says. You know what that means? It means that I can live my day exactly how I need to because God said so. That's exactly what we told the guy in the meeting. We were like, and we were working through it, right? And he had homework. He's like behind in school, and he's like, and this is like my last chance and stuff. I need to get this paper in, but I can't get in contact with any because they're in Florida. And I said, God just answered your question. Who are you going to turn it into? Don't worry about your homework. Get your other shit done. You've been answered. You were answered. What now? Why did that happen for him? Because he asked. Because he asked. It mine too, Angel. Besides Keys to the Kingdom, I love the ending Keys to the Kingdom. It makes me cry like a baby. Yeah. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who is still sick. Yeah. It's the third step prayer for me because I already know I'm going to get out of it. I already know because when I'm done praying and, doing my morning routine, I go live. It's the very next thing that I do. I very rarely will talk to anybody before then. It's my time with God. This morning I took a phone call, but it needed to happen. The phone call came up. I'm supposed to answer this, and I did, and I was supposed to. Now the answers will come, and there's a qualification if your own house is in order. That's when the answers will come. Okay. What that does not mean I'm out there living my best life. Wow. Well, you have fun with that. That sounds very selfish to me. Look at me. I'm over here. Now I'm traveling. I'm doing this. God saved your life. And what are you doing about it? Because until you give it away, it will be incomplete. You got from here, if you don't continuously give it away, you don't get to keep it. That's why I give, You want to know why I talk and give and share? Because I'm just giving away everything that God has ever given me. And whenever I do that, I get more. The Keys is awesome too. Oh, Keys to the Kingdom. Yeah. Um, so there's a lag. I will say something, you're going to get it like 10 to 12 seconds later. So sometimes I may need to ask what you're talking about. I get to say 16 years, just like the book in Yeah. Woo, come on, February. Right on. So proud of you, Angel. I'm proud of you. The answers will come if your own house is in order. Okay. This next sentence, I'm just going to say, but obviously you cannot transmit something you haven't got. You can't. It'll be fake. You can pretty it up all you want. You can put filters on it. You can call it what you want. Okay. You may even get away with it for years, but sooner or later, the consequence of that action will catch up to you. I found something out. You don't get away with shit in this life. Nothing. Good or bad. You don't get away with it. Right? Okay. I don't complain about bombers in the meetings. When I have bombers here, I turn them into listeners. It's happened several times. I think Amber was here for one of it. If Ingrid was here, she could back me up on that. Yeah, it's happened a couple times. Huh. Weird. You know what bombers are in Zoom meetings? They're the direct action of you fucking around with other people's lives when you were a kid. That's what it is. You didn't ding dong ditch. You didn't make prank phone calls. Bullshit. You're an alcoholic. Welcome to the consequences of your actions. So just go ahead and accept them. Because if you go, no, that's just rude, and those people are future members, then you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna happen again, and again, and again, and again, until you learn your lesson. That because you did something in the past, you're paying for it. So accept it. It's hard. I ain't saying it's easy, and I ain't saying I do it 100% perfect, because I do not. Not even close. See to it that your relationship with is right. See, now they say, but obviously you can't transmit something you haven't got. Then they give you the answer. See to it that your relationship with is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. And countless others, not just you. You know what gets us excited? The countless others, the helping other people. All right. Be careful, Daryl. Love you, dude. And great events. This is the great fact for us. And great fact is capitalized. Great fact. Fact. Rarely have we seen a person fail who's thoroughly followed our path. That is the great fact. Then it gives you a little bit more direction, except it just shortens it. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. The neatest thing about AA. Nobody told me how I had to believe. I just did. And it worked. It worked. Oh. That is the neatest thing. So when people, it's still the biggest thing about AA people don't understand. They'll say, oh, well, I heard AA is a religious group. And that's where you as an alcoholic get to go, well, you're close. You're close. We're more spiritual in the fact that it doesn't matter if you're Christian, Buddha, Jew, or whatever, you belong. Now, for me, I don't go to church or anything. In fact, there are atheists and agnostics in AA too. And then people just go, oh, okay. And then you'll see that they're a little bit more on board. And these are people that we would call non-alcoholic. Okay? People don't even like being called normies. All right. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely. Give freely. Free. Of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge. Trudge. It didn't say, and you will surely meet some of us as you walk along that skippy road of happy destiny. No, you're going to trudge. May God bless you and keep you until then. Now, what does trudge mean? Gosh, Dion doesn't know what trudge mean. I mean, they just have a thing called trudging together. But let's see what this says. Trudge means hard, together. That's what it means. To me, anyway. Okay. I'm way off here. All right. Work with me. Trudge. Move oneself slowly along. Walk. Yeah. Did you like that? Did you like that? To walk with purpose. Yeah. I think that's what it's going to say. Walk or march steadily, usually with difficulty. Yeah. So, yeah. So trudging is to walk with purpose, but continuously and consistently. Now, when we trudge, we don't run. We don't run. We march. We walk. We do not, skippy. Yeah. Walk with purpose. That's it. You walk, not jogging, not moving quickly, but with purpose. Why? Because we're not in a big rush to get anywhere. If we're in a big rush to get somewhere, you know what's going to happen? We'll leave the newcomer behind. That's why it's trudging and we move slowly, or the newcomer ain't gonna be able to find us, man. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, lots of promises, lots of great things in life. Okay. All right. I love you. Peace out and have a day.